Hello, I'm Recky J. Welcome back to my channel. All the things that are going on in the world today, I think we should check out a couple of countries and the military power they have. This is not one of those videos that goes into detail. I'm pretty sure, but it's a very short video. It's about 12 minutes long. It's 5 reasons you shouldn't mess with the USA. United States of America. Being a superpower and all. I'm pretty sure that the most of the top 5 of this list will be the military. I'm pretty sure. Economy, maybe. I know that America has a lot of resources. I don't know if America actually needs to import anything besides furnitures from IKEA and Swedish meatballs. You don't have that, do you? Well, you have IKEA and Swedish meatballs. And that's not Swedish meatballs in IKEA. I'm just going to say that now. I'm going to be completely honest. That is not grade A meatballs. Okay, so before we're going to watch this, I want to thank my channel members and, of course, my patrons. But we're going to start with the channel members. Thank you so much, guys. You mean everything. The reason why I'm doing this. And same goes out to my patrons. Thank you. Thank you. Means the world. And of course, we have the supreme tier donators over by Patreon. They get a shout out. Pearson, buddasquirrel, and David Bangtson. Let's get on with the list. And there's a cat behind me. Awesome. I have no clue what this is about. Pretty sure my wife just sent me the link and said do this, and so I said okay.
The collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 90s left the United States as the sole superpower in the world, and it's never looked back. In all aspects of the world, the United States is indeed a superpower, especially when it comes to its military might, which is unsurpassable in its strength, technological superiority, operational capabilities, and power projection across the globe. In this video, we'll take a look at the 5 top reasons why you wouldn't want to go against the US military establishment. The United States Air Force is the strongest in the world, not only in the number of operational aircraft, but also in technological superiority. The country currently operates a total of over 15,000 military aircraft, combining all the branches of the military service, including the US Navy, US Army, Coast Guard, and the US Marines. As of 2017, the US Air Force alone has a fleet of over 5,300 aircraft, 406 intercontinental ballistic missiles, and 170 military satellites, greater than any other country in the world. The USA has the largest number of stealth aircraft designed to be silent killers and untrackable by the radar defense systems of most countries in the world. Some of these stealth aircraft include air superiority fighters, such as the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter.
Yeah, but you don't have JAS. Like JAS. Gripen. You don't have that one. That is the best one. I know you guys said F-22 and F-35, but you don't have JAS. Gripen. Google that. Do it.
Heavy bombers such as the B-2 Spirit.
Yeah.
In fact, the United States pioneered this technology in the 1980s with the introduction of the F-117 Nighthawk stealth attack aircraft.
It looked like a sea monster though. Look at that. That is a weird shape.
Stealth aircraft are designed to avoid detection using a variety of technologies that reduce radar reflection from ground, sea, or air-based radar antennas, thereby reducing its radar cross-section, or RCS. This revolutionary technology allows a 5th-generation aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor, with a max takeoff weight of 83,500 pounds, to have a radar cross-section.
Man, I need to Google how much pounds is.
Of just 0.0001 meters squared, about the size of a bumblebee.
Wow.
What's more insane is that the massive B-2 bomber also has the same radar cross-section as the F-22 Raptor. Thus, it becomes extremely difficult to track stealth aircraft. Even if the enemy spots them on their radar scopes, it's a whole other story to successfully track them and register a missile kill. The whole idea behind this technology is to break the chain in which a conventional surface-to-air missile defense system works. It's the same reason countries like China and Russia are also hard at developing their own stealth fighter, the Chengdu J-20 and the Sukhoi Su-57, respectively.
Wow. I love how he, oh, that's a shitty pause. I love how he compared directly with the Chinese version and, of course, the Russian version. Chengdu J-20 and Sukhoi Su-57. I love that. I think that the Swedish one should be in this, like a footnote. Yeah, don't forget Sweden got this. Because it's a badass plane. Come on. It's a badass plane.
The Su-57, respectively. These aircraft will allow the US Air Force to assert its air superiority over any battlefield of the future. And we all know that control of these skies is the biggest decider in any war.
Damn right.
The next reason why any country going to war with the US military should think twice is because of the strength of the US Navy and its dominance over the world's ocean, especially the Navy's supercarriers.
Holy shit, that's...
The US
I mean, the supercarriers is like a big town, like a Swedish village.
US Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered Nimitz-class supercarriers, which is the largest aircraft carrier fleet in the world. The only Navy that can come close in terms of technological advancement is probably the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom, but they only have 2 operational carriers. The Nimitz class of carriers has a displacement of over 100,000 tons and can carry a complement of up to 70 aircraft. They're literally a floating small town in the ocean with its own airport. The Nimitz-class carriers in themselves are extremely potent offensive weapons, but the way they operate in what is called the carrier strike groups makes these ships even more deadly.
It's insane. They have 11 super carriers, and they can have 70, not 17, 70 fighter air jets.
A carrier seldom deploys alone. There are always a fleet of surface and underwater assets surrounding them and forming a strike group. These include guided missile cruisers, a destroyer squadron, attack submarines, and other support vessels.
So this, okay, so we got the super carrier here. He got a bunch of support around him. We got, of course, the submarine. We got the, I can't remember what he called them, but they can kick some serious butt. It's amazing to see. We don't really have a marine. We have one of the world's best submarines, and it's still run by diesel. Just think about that for a while. There's a video out there I watched where there were a training exercise between the United States and I'm not going to say entire fleet, but it was the Marines or the Naval, I think, maybe. And it was a Swedish submarine that snuck in and took out one of the biggest ships in the drill or the exercise. That was really cool to watch. I'll see if I can find it for you. Maybe I can link it for you. I'm probably going to forget that, so don't quote me on that.
Together, they project the power of the carrier and at the center of the group forward towards the enemy. While the carrier is carrying out its offensive role with the use of its air wing, the other ships are responsible to protect its flanks against any enemy attack. This combination of offensive and defensive strategy makes the US carrier strike group almost impenetrable. The United States Navy maintains 9 such carrier strike groups, 8 of which are based in the United States and 1 that's forward deployed to Japan. For over 50 years, this has been the principal element of US power protection, and the Nimitz class of supercarriers are at the center of it all. Despite this, the US is currently in the process of developing a new class of carriers called the Gerald R. Ford class, intended to replace the Nimitz class ships. This new supercarrier will be even more technologically advanced and is expected to continue US dominance of the oceans well into the late 21st century. The third reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is their massive stockpile of nuclear and conventional intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. The ICBM plays the role of the land leg in the US nuclear triad.
This is definitely one of the most dangerous things that's currently going on. I'm 100% sure that the United States is not the only one to have these types of missiles in the inventory. We know a lot more countries do have this, even smaller countries in the Middle East Or maybe not.
Along with the Trident submarine-launched ballistic missile (SLBM) and nuclear warheads carried on long-range strategic bombers. ICBMs are launched from ground-based missile silos, achieving high suborbital spaceflight, approximately 1,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The body of the missile then separates from the warhead, which re-enters the atmosphere and free falls to the assigned target at hypersonic speeds. The US military currently operates 400 ICBMs from its base in Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota. The LGM-30G Minuteman III is the only type of ICBM that is currently operational in the US. The Minuteman III family of ICBMs were first developed in the 1960s as a response to the Soviet nuclear threat. Throughout the Cold War and beyond, these missiles have undergone constant modernization. In the last decade alone, the US military has undertaken $7 billion worth of upgrades. The rocket propulsion engines, the propellants used, the guidance system, and even the flight control surfaces have all been refurbished. The upgraded missiles are completely different from its 1960s counterparts, except for the shell. These state-of-the-art improvements and modernization programs have kept the Minuteman III system operational for over 50 years with improved reliability that supports the missile's remarkable 99% alert rate. The latest versions of the missiles have a range of over 8,000 miles, which is greater than the diameter of the Earth.
Holy crap, I was just about to say 800 miles. That seems a bit far. But that's actually around the world and then some. Man, I'm happy they're friendly.
7,917.5 miles. They can carry multiple 330 kiloton nuclear warheads, which is 20 times greater than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Wow.
Not only that, each of these warheads can be assigned to different targets independently. The technology is called Multiple Independently Targetable Re-Entry Vehicle, or MIRV, and was first developed for the Minuteman III family of missiles.
You gotta love the short. The word is so long that I have to have like 5 or 6 letters just to say what it is.
So any country messing with the United States will have to deal with this awesome arsenal of firepower, which can be launched at a moment's notice. If it weren't the ICBMs or the stealth fighters raining fire down on you, it would be precision-guided munitions, or better known as smart bombs or PGMs instead. This is another big reason why not messing with the US military is a good idea. All branches of the US military use smart bombs in some forms or the other. These weapon systems are designed to be precise and hit a specific target with maximum efficiency. These bombs are so effective that during the First Gulf War, PGMs comprised only 9% of weapons fired, but accounted for 75% of all successful hits.
Wow.
Since then, for the US military at least, the days of normal artillery shells and unguided bombs are long gone. Nowadays, the military uses PGMs from air, ground, and sea. Precision-guided munitions come in various forms and use different kinds of technologies to achieve precise hits. A large majority of PGMs use the Global Positioning System, or GPS, of satellites to guide their trajectory to target. However, sometimes this becomes a problem, as GPS coverage is not always reliably available everywhere across the globe, or bad weather conditions can hinder operations. Thus, the Office of Naval Research, the Naval Surface Warfare Center, and the Army Research Laboratory have all coordinated to develop the first ever artillery-fired smart munition that will not use GPS guidance.
Holy shit,
the project is known as Moving Target Artillery Round, or MTAR for short. The MTAR shell can be guided onto stationary as well as moving targets in both land and sea, using a combination of guidance technology. The best part is that these shells can be fired from the existing M777A2 155mm towed howitzer and the M109A7 Paladin integrated management.
Okay, so I play Milsim, and Paladin is one of my favorites.
Self-propelled 155mm artillery systems already in use by the US military. The shells will also feature an extended range of 40 to 60 miles using rocket boosters to propel them. Once finished, it will afford the US military another potent weapon system that outclasses others around the world. Lastly, the fifth and final reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is drones.
Oh yeah.
We're all familiar with
The uses of drones is just amazing to see how it actually works. I mean, we got a dude sitting somewhere in the United States just using a joystick to move that shit and just bombs the crap out of something 100 miles away. That's just impressive right there. You don't have to leave it. I mean, I can sit in my couch just bombing the crap out of something.
What an unmanned aerial vehicle or drone is and what it's supposed to do. But in recent years, the usability of UAVs are steadily increasing to encompass all spheres of military operations, and the US military is the pioneering spirit behind it. At first, used only for surveillance missions, drones were quickly weaponized after the 9/11 attacks and have been extensively used by the US military in the war against terror as an offensive weapon platform. It's forecasted that over the next decades, the US is in line to purchase over 1,000 combat drones of various classifications.
Combat drones.
Some of them, like the Lockheed Martin RQ-170 Sentinel and the Boeing MQ-25 Stingray, are already in the final stages of development. And
I gotta say, why is they always name it with so cool names, you know? Stingray. Gotta use the Stingray for this one.
Once finished, will provide the US military with state-of-the-art platforms capable of multi-role operations, ranging from attack missions to aerial
Feels
refueling.
like it's an alien.
Drone technology has reached such heights today that a single UAV can loiter miles above the surface of the Earth for hours, waiting for the target to show its head and sticking with impunity.
It's amazing.
This capability will allow all the services under the US military to reduce its dependency on manned platforms, thereby reducing the risks during future combat operations. These 5 weapon systems make the US military extremely dangerous for any adversary looking to get into a conflict with them. In a conventional warfare setting, it's almost impossible to beat the US military machine.
Fire that shit.
That's why modern enemies of the United States are employing more and
Wait a minute. This weapon right here, I'm pretty sure that's an AT-4. And that is a Swedish weapon. It looks like an AT-4. That's a Swedish weapon. All right.
more asymmetric warfare strategies against the mighty US military. Despite that, the US military juggernaut is hands down the most powerful military complex in the world today, and probably will be for decades to come. That's all we have for you today, folks. Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you liked the video and want to stay up to date on cool military stuff like this, then click the subscribe button and also click the notification bell, and you'll be the first to know the next time we release a video. Thanks for watching.
Wow, like and subscribe on that one. Fantastic. If you want to watch it, the link will be available in the description. Of course, my head just lost there. I wasn't really surprised about the top 5. Definitely one of the most powerful nations we have, and as I said, I'm grateful. I know that if shit really hits the fan and Russia actually goes to do a Hitler thing, which I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen. We know you guys are there. I'm gonna call it this video. I'm just gonna end it, and I'm gonna say thank you for watching, and leave a like if you did enjoy, and of course subscribe. Stay safe and take care. Recky out.